Now, the third face-to-face meetings with Chinese trade delegation, that's begun in Sweden. President Trump seems optimistic about progress in Asia. Michael Pillsbury joins me now. Michael, we have trade deals with Japan, the European Union, and the UK. Is China isolated in the trade battle?
Yes, it is, Stuart. There's a lot of pressure on the Chinese. One thing I should mention to you, there's 3 or 4 fairly major concessions President Trump has made over the past month. So it's really China's turn to reciprocate and make some major concessions in this meeting in Stockholm. The president already has said he wants to host President Xi and his wife, Madame Peng, with Melania. There's no date set. We're looking for a date for that summit. Secondly, the fentanyl agreement has not really happened. President Trump is overlooking right now the fentanyl, the need to stop the precursor flow and stop the money laundering. There's several other concessions like that. The president has softened some of the restrictions, especially, Stuart, the design software for high-end chips. Commerce Department has stopped that with letters going to the companies. President Trump reversed that. So it's really time for China to do something. And the nightmare is going to be if China comes in and says, we're really sorry, we just can't approve any more ring magnet rare earths for you because you have to wait your turn in line. That's really bad. So worst case, President Trump has to really do something much more harsh on the Chinese. Best case, we're going to have a deal today or tomorrow, and we'll all be opening the either the Guinness Stout or the bottle of French champagne.
Well, it might come today. That's very interesting, Michael. There's another subject here. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says it's time for TikTok to move into American ownership. Watch this.
The president really likes TikTok, and he said it over and over again because, you know, it was a good way to communicate with young people. But let's face it, you can't have the Chinese have an app on 100 million American phones. That is just not okay. So it's got to move to American ownership. It's got to move to American technology, American algorithms. I know the president is positive towards TikTok if it can move into American hands.
Okay, Michael, obvious question. Will China give up TikTok?
I don't think so, Stuart. I think what the Chinese want to do, they've told me this themselves, they want to maintain control of the algorithm. They want some share of the profits. They really want a deal that won't stand up to scrutiny so that they can claim that they've divested from control of TikTok. But they claim that now with both TikTok and other Chinese devices over the years. They always say, oh, no, we're not spying on you. Don't worry about it. So if this TikTok deal doesn't happen with verification and with the complete transfer of the intellectual property, there's just not going to be a deal. This is another area where President Trump may have to make another concession to the Chinese. And as I say, Stuart, they've got to reciprocate these concessions, or ultimately they're going to make him angry. Trump's going to get mad, and the whole world will be watching a kind of a breakdown in U.S.-China relations. Whoa. I certainly hope it doesn't come to that.
Yeah. One more quick thing here. In an effort to boost fertility, China unveiled an annual child care subsidy, money handed out, about $500 for children until the age of 3. What do you make of that?
Well, they clearly made a mistake about 50 years ago, and they decided to go with this really cruel one-child policy. Now they see their demographics going in the wrong direction. There's a joke now in China that there might not be any more Chinese 50 years from now if we keep up this low birth rate. So this kind of thing is necessary for China. One big picture item that's going on, Stuart, that's related to this. Is China really under economic pressure that they've just got to make a deal? Or is their nationalistic pride just so strong right now that they're going to face down President Trump and we're going to have a trade war? That's what this meeting in Stockholm is going to show us, I think, today or tomorrow.
Very good. We'll be watching that very carefully. Michael Pillsbury, thanks for joining us this morning. All good stuff today. We appreciate it. Thank you.